Today, from Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, it's Week 7 of the NFL on EA Sports. The Cincinnati Bengals taking on the New Orleans Saints.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to the Queen City of Cincinnati and Paul Brown Stadium right on the banks of the Ohio River. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New Orleans Saints and the Cincinnati Bengals. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And a look here at their go-to guy under center.
And coming up of an early season open week. And in this situation, what he told us when we sat down with him was he spent a lot of time working on fundamentals, kind of getting back to basics during that time, as opposed to having to worry about healing up or resting up. It was too early in the season. Get back to the basics, get his game going again.
At the 27-yard line.
First carry for the former Oklahoma Sooner, Joe Mixon. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Complete to Noah Fant.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
At the Bengals' 30-yard line.
On second down, here's Mixon. And he is going to be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bengals' 22. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
An 8-yard pickup. And the Saints first
back to the ground, this time with Tomlinson. And they'll get him down right about the 20. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
20-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first.
A gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. This will be caught just inside the 10. And the Saints are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll give it to Mixon. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Another try for Mixon. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing.
And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line.
Well, always talk about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on third down. There's Rodrigo Blankenship in the field goal unit. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. They moved the ball pretty well there on the opening drive. You think they're okay settling for 3?
I don't think they're happy about settling for 3, but I think you're exactly right with the word okay, because they threw it well, they ran it well. Excellent balance for the first drive of the game.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
On third down, Adams. He's going to loft one deep over the mid. It's caught inside the 25. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
A very early momentum changer there. Actually a dream killer for the defense, because they forced a third down. Felt like they had a good chance to get off the field defensively, and then they got hit with that big play.
His throw caught right around the 6. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A great effort there, with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bengals have taken the lead. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not all now joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
Yeah, maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second and 8. The throw over the middle taken in, and they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there, first down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. Oh, now he's strapped. He lost the football. And the Bengals grab it. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Now a first carry for their fullback. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
It's 3rd down and 4.
From the gun, Adams. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he is going to have the Bengals first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
40-yard line.
Adams on first down. He'll take a shot for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That was pretty nice to watch as he matched the route with the receiver and stayed right there, stuck to him like glue. Almost hip to hip, shoulder to shoulder. Helped force the incompletion.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Off play action. Adams. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 28. 12 yards there as they move the chains. They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. Operating from the gun, Adams. Oh, that one sailed a bit, but the catch is still made.
Complete.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the...
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Bengals add on to their lead. Now the try here for the point after. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And it ends with a Bengals score. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
A 7-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the deep? Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he will be marked down inside of New Orleans 10.
They started this drive with terrific field position, and it's going to get even better after that play. Had great options with where they started, so they decided to press their advantage, and it paid off.
And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block, it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A great play there with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. And it's 21-3. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this carries into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10. As opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Now they got to get to the line quickly. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's fourth down.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
And for the Saints here on third down, an extra defensive back on the field. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. Flushed out right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's got his big tight end, Fant. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
Rodrigo Blankenship on for the field goal. A 52-yard attempt.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. The second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it.
Set to kick off.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Rolling to his right. Wide open receiver, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Last play, they went over 20 yards. This time, they topped 30. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process. No one left behind. No pointing fingers. No accusations.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded in the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
At their own 25.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19. Tomlinson. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first-down gains. 2nd and 13. This is the tight end Fant. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
3rd down.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Stevenson. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
A gain of 5. 1st down, New Orleans.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sack back at the 38.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
To number 86.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 12 yards there, good for a Saints 1st down.
A gain of 12. 1st down, Saints.
They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
On the carry.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Over the middle, complete. It's Ferguson. And the Saints are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
They'll run. Tomlinson. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Saint touchdown. A great effort there. His 1st touchdown on the year. And the Saints get a bit closer. And on his way to the end zone, shedding the tackle, he would not be denied.
That's what's called finishing the run. Making sure you power your way through. One-on-one tackle. No running back wants to go to the bench and say, I got stopped just short.
And this is up and good. It cuts the lead to 28-10 now. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Taken in at the 3. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
And he'll give it here to his running back. He finds an opening past the 40. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
That looked like a two-deep coverage, which we call cover 2. And what that really means is you have corners, what we call rolled up in about a 5-yard area on the outside receivers. Then your safeties are back closer to the hash marks near the middle of the field, somewhere around 10 to 12 yards back.
And this is caught. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line.
The dynamic duo is doing damage in this one, and they've certainly been on point throughout. And they hook up again for another big play.
Back to throw. Adams. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. From a yard out. And the Bengals add on to their lead.
Point after.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury. And it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Point after, right down the middle. And they open the lead up now to 25. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure.
A loss of 11 yards. And it's 3rd down.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Give them 22 yards, and that's also where they snapped it from, the 22. On first down, he'll drop to throw.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. I actually have heard of a coach in the past who took his team out to the practice field and ceremonially buried the game films from the prior game when they got clobbered. That was his way of putting it behind them.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. Now Adams throwing to start the drive. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
The quarterback taken down and sacked.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
Here's Adams to throw on second down. He's going to, and this is caught inside the 5. And they'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A big play there with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Bengals just continue to pour it on. And he puts it through. So that drive, 4 plays. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Now here's a throw. It's complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
Complete.
11 yards there. First down.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, New Orleans.
They're going to look to throw. He finds his running back, Mixon. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked the ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements. They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Ferguson. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes, and boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 34-yard line. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. Or would you say a 7-yard line?
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
Exactly what they were looking for. They've been giving up yardage. They've been letting them drive right downfield, but they got a sack right there. How about that for a little bit of revenge?
Now Adams to throw on third down. Escaping the pressure right. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, no surprise there that he got the ball. When you've got 2 touchdowns already, you're probably demanding it in your own huddle. And you can bet this defense, though, is going to be keyed in on him at this point. They did a nice job stopping him behind the line of scrimmage.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
And goal.
From the gun on third down, Adams. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this 4th quarter. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll drop to throw. He'll drop this one down to Mixon, and he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Back to throw now on 1st down. He's going to let it fly. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 12.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a